Hey guys, I'm Jason Bell and it's off to Lake Charles, Louisiana again. So this time I'm going to play at the L'Auberge Casino, which is right next to the Golden Nugget, which was where my first vlog was based off of. So, off to take the 2.5 hour road trip. Let's do it. Okay, so I think the goal today is going to play kind of conservatively. I need to save some cash for this coming weekend when I head to Vegas. So see how I do. Good luck to me. Better lucky than good, I guess. That's what they say, huh? All right, let's go do this. Okay, so the very first hand of the day, I'm in the cutoff position, and I look down at Queen of Diamonds, Jack of Diamonds. So there are two middle position players that limp in for $3 each. I decide to limp in for $3. The small blind folds, and the big blind checks. So we've got 4 ways to a flop. And the flop comes Queen, Jack, Deuce, Rainbow. So I'm sitting pretty good here. I've got top 2 pair. It checks to me. I bet $6, which was pretty small for a 1-3 game, and all other 3 players call. The turn is a 10, so offsuit 10. So the 2 middle position players check, and I bet $20, which might have been a little bit on the high side. I probably could have sized it a little bit lower, maybe in the $15 range, but everyone else folds, and I take down the pot. So it's a pretty good start to the day. After that though, I really didn't get anything for a solid hour, at least an hour. I didn't get a single face card, didn't get an ace or a pocket pair. It was pretty bad. I did get 8-7 of diamonds once, and I called a $10 bet, and that was in about a 7-way pot. So that was about it, and the flop came like ace, king, jack. So I had nothing to do, but I had to fold. So, but that was it. Pretty poor the first hour. Okay, so shortly after that, a little over an hour into it, I'm in the big blind, and I look down at ace, 6 of clubs. So there are 5 limpers, and the button raises to $10. Small blind folds, I call, and the 5 limpers call. So we're 7 ways to a flop, which comes king, 6, 10 with 1 club. Everyone checks. The turn comes the 9 of clubs, so I've got picking up a flush draw, almost the nuts. It checks to the initial raiser, who bets $20. I call, and middle position calls. The river is a king of hearts, so I do not complete my flush. 2 kings are on the board. This is too wet. The initial raiser bets $30. I've got no choice but to let go, and the other player also folds his hand. So I don't win a pot there, but it was fun. Okay, so 1 full rotation later, I'm in the big blind, and I look down at 8-9 offsuit. So there are 6 limpers, and I decide to check. So we're 7 ways to a flop. The flop comes 865 rainbow. I check, and it checks all around. The turn is an offsuit 4. I check, middle position raises to $30. I call, and the remaining players fold. So our heads up to a river, which is a 3, offsuit 3. So a 7 gets there for a straight, and 7-9 is pretty much the nuts. And so I check, and the middle position player bets $50. I've got top pair, okay kicker. This was probably my biggest mistake of the night. I call, and he ends up turning over pocket 9s. That was a bad pot, bad play. He could have easily had 2 pair. He could have had a set, a straight. Maybe he could have had ace-7. But that was a bad play on my part, and I probably should have folded on the turn when the 4 came. But I didn't, and I've got to live with it. Okay, so a little while later, I look down on the button with King 9 of spades. There are 2 limpers. I decide to go ahead and limp in for $3, and the big blind checks. The flop is King 6 Jack with 1 spade. I bet, or it checks to me, and I bet $10, and I've got 1 caller. The turn is the 10 of spades, so I've got a flush draw, along with my top pair weak-ish kicker. I bet $35, and the middle position player calls. So I'm a little bit worried here. What does he have? Does he have a better king than I do? Probably. So the river is an offsuit ace. So I check it, and he checks back, thankfully. He turns over ace king for top 2 pair. Another one that got away. Just not a very good hand. I think I played it okay. I probably could have bet a little less than $35. Maybe I could have lost a little bit less money, but it is what it is, and it's what happened. So better luck next time. Okay, so about 2 hours into it, my stack is dwindling down pretty big at this point. I've got about only $45 and hoping for a miracle. I'm on the button, and I look down at Jack 10 offsuit. I've got 1 limper. I decide to limp in for $3. I tried a different strategy today. I want to note that instead of raising a lot, which I really didn't even have hands to raise with. I never had ace king or kings or aces or jacks or queens or 10s or any pocket pair for that matter. So I didn't really have a hand to raise. I limped in with Jack 10 offsuit, and the small blind raised to $16. The middle position player who limped in calls. I raise it an additional $29. I'm all in. The small blind calls, and the middle position player folds. He turns over ace queen. I've got Jack 10, and the flop comes 8 queen 5. So he's got top pair, top kicker, and the turn and the river are no help. And I'm out. Okay, that was another rough session. I played for a little over 2 hours at the L'Auberge in Lake Charles. I started with $300 and never got anything. It was endless. 7-2, 7 deuce offsuit, 9-4 off, 10 deuce off. It was an endless stream of bad cards. That's okay. I ended up losing all my 300. That's all I brought. So, better luck next time. I'll go get them in Vegas this weekend. So we'll see how I do. Okay, back in the car, getting ready to make my way back to H-Town, to Houston. Like I was saying, it was just another rough session. The poker vlog run bad has begun. So I lost pretty big in my first vlog and lost again in this one, but got 6 wins out of my last 10 sessions. That's all right. You know, looking forward to this weekend. Not looking forward to the 2.5-hour road trip. What I'm gonna do now is go home and edit this video and hopefully get it out tonight or tomorrow. All right.